other gentleman there has been making content for films for the longest time. And I'm talking about CGI, animated movies. He's won 24 laureates. Those are the little gold things that are on the bottom of a movie poster on the work that they've done on the films. Matter of fact, some of you guys might have seen the latest film that he worked on. It was called Oppenheimer, right? Kind of a big deal, right? It smashed records, did gazillions of dollars worldwide. They actually did the work there. They have a $25 million plus mocap, everything studio. And they were absolutely blown away by the technology that they've seen with Otherverse. I mean, they have probably been one of the groups that was the most convinced that we've done a presentation for so far, because they had the most experience. Most of the groups that we go to, they don't know what to expect. So when you get there, you're like, oh wow, this is kind of cool. They understood it, they know it, they've built models, they've built, the technology, they understand what it is. And they were like, they've never seen anything like it. And they've looked at, remember, the one lady has been in several other metaverses. He's seen other presentations and other people that have presented these things to them. And he was like me. When I first looked at metaverse, you look at Decentraland, you look at Sandbox, and you're like, there's no way this is going to be widespread, billions of people to use it. It was until when I logged into Otherverse when I realized that it was a viable part, and then connected it all together with Web3, and how, since all elements of Web3 are digital, that for me, it's common sense, guys. I mean, just right across the board, clear as day, that the best place for everything digital, anything digital, will be in a metaverse. Why? Because it's fully digital. It's a 100% digital environment. So digital items, that includes blockchain, crypto, smart contracts, AI, all of those elements are going to function best within a metaverse. And it was incredible today to watch these people they're on board. Like, they're like, this is where we're building. Let's put a deal together. We want to build our own sovereign. It's amazing to be in the position that we're in and having them be one of our partners. So I'm going to go ahead and kick off our presentation, guys. Welcome. We are here to talk about nexWeb3, and I do have the new slides today, so I'm very excited to be able to share this with you. And I'm actually privileged to be able to share this because of the impact that Web3 is going to have on the world, and the place that we can play in it, which is not only to have that impact, but build digital wealth with it.
Oh.
Hit the button. Don't do that.
The wealthy have a secret.
You know that some of the biggest companies
Peter, will you start that video again? And I think you might want to share audio again.
Oh, yes. My mistake, guys. I forgot to check that little box. If I ever build one, if you share video, audio will go automatically with it. If I ever build a decentralized Zoom. All right, we're ready.
The wealthy have a secret.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Did you know that some of the biggest companies in the world are buying and or positioning themselves into Web3?
One of the projects that was shown there was ARK Investment. That's Kathy Wood. She was recently interviewed, and she said over the next 10 years, and she would buy Bitcoin over gold. That is a powerful statement for somebody who has one of the best performing funds over the last decade or more on returns for their clients, for their investors. So the people that have invested with her are extremely happy, and she's talking about buying Bitcoin versus gold. All right, so imagine a life of travel, time freedom, incredible experiences, health and wellness, and with friends and family. A rising tide raises all ships. So do you currently use the internet? And to be honest with you, that's a ridiculous question, right? Because you're on it right now, watching this presentation or watching the video on this, the replay over the internet. Of course we do. Not only do we, but 5.3 billion other people use the internet. And we really fall into three different categories. The first category are customers and users. The internet has created so much value for society, from shopping online to booking your own travel to finding out information to entertainment, being able to have it where, you know, entertainment at your fingertips, games, things like that. So the second category are people that have decided to enter the gig economy. These are people that actually make a part-time or full-time living online. The majority make a part-time income. They're an influencer making of course, we've all heard of the influencers making millions because they do exist, but there's influencers making a few hundred, a few $1,000s a month. People doing Amazon or eBay. The vast majority of people on eBay make less than $1,000 a month. Etsy, the same thing. So there are these people that have said, hey, I don't want to just use the internet as a customer. I want to engage. And that's a smaller percentage. And then there's the very small percentage of people that are founders, executives, and founders, executives, and wealthy investors in Web 2.0, in the current version of the internet. A matter of fact, there are 320 individuals, a little bit over that, I think it's like 326, that have a combined net worth of over $2 trillion. To put that into perspective, if they decided to give it away, they could make 2 million plus people millionaires. And if they distribute it out to that, I want you guys to think about that. That's over 2 million people that they can make. That's a large city, right? Even a state almost for some of the states, right? A couple million people. So why is this? How did so few people accumulate so much money? Well, Web 2 is a centralized mechanism. It's a place that's centralized. So basically what happens are founders start companies. They get money and executives to come on board by giving them equity. The investors get to participate long before you or I would ever even, if we had the ability to invest. And because of their early involvement in it and founding these companies, it has created the wealth of the Jeff Bezos, 140 plus billion. The wealth of an Elon Musk, over $200 billion, right? So it's created this. And one of the key ways that a lot of this wealth has been built is they said, hey, use our platform. And when we use their platform, they collect our data. And guess what? They sell it over and over and over again to marketing people, to all kinds of different businesses and companies. And they don't share that with us. The companies keep that revenue. And that has what has built that tremendous wealth, while the 5.3 billion internet users, essentially just get the benefit of the products. CNBC, Oxfam did a thing that talked about, they did a study, 1% of the people amassed almost 2/3 of the new wealth created in the last 2 years. That is not a rising tide raises all ships. That is the cream rising to the highest, right? That 1%. How do we change that? How do we make it different? And do you think it's fair that 1%, the top 1%, made 2/3 of the money? Are they really creating that much more value? We believe that it needs to be changed, and it should be changed. And how do we do that? We do that by engaging in Web3. by being early adopters, by being people that understand that where the Web 2 is centralized, Web 3 is decentralized, meaning it's putting power back in the hands of the people. Instead of companies owning my data, I have the ability to control my own data and say, will it or will it not be monetized? And if it is monetized, sharing in that monetization. And through a community mechanism like nexWeb3, we can help other people monetize their data, and we can get a percentage of that revenue coming back to us, and we can begin to build wealth, okay? And guess what? There is still the 1%. There are still founders. There are still executives of these companies, and there are still wealthy investors. The difference is they're at the bottom of the pyramid. So if you look at the other one, it's 80% of the money went to the 1% and 20% went to everyone else. In this model, Web3, which is why it is so important for us to engage in it, 80% of the money is going out to the community. Only about 20% is being held by the top 1%. Now, I want to ask you a question. I know you want to be in the 80%, but how would you like to be in the 1% along with the founders, wealthy investors? That is the next Web3 model. That is what we're doing. We're utilizing the power of community in order to help build digital wealth for people. So next Web3 is the easiest way for you to get involved with the third wave of the internet. Next Web3 has been able to make the right connections, innovative Web3 partnerships, the knowledge and tools, the tech stack, the community and support, the secrets of Web3, and we've been able to develop masterminds, which will be even increased more as we develop and build the community. All of the ingredients needed to help people build digital wealth, okay? So what are the types of things that you need to do to participate in next Web3? Some of the things are simply engage on social media. Most of us have probably already done that in the last few days or last few weeks. Left a comment, liked something, maybe shared a post. Play to earn. How would you like to get paid to play fun games, not just games for play, but playing games that are fun and getting paid? Being a customer, simply having a project launch their product, you use that product, a digital product online in Web3, and that gets you digital assets in your wallet that you can cash out to fiat at any time that you want. Grow digital wealth with community. DeSo, decentralized social media. Think about a social media that is actually being controlled by the people that are using it instead of a small group of people telling us what we can and can't, and Facebook jail type things. Metaverse, participate to earn, airdrops, benefits from AI crypto trading bots. So all of this is packaged together in next Web3. Our crypto trading bot is second to none. It's a decentralized trading bot. I'm going to make it really simple, guys. It will you take the fiat, you convert it to crypto, and it trades 24/7 once you set it up. And what it does is it buys low and it sells high. It buys low and it sells high, increasing the quantity of crypto that you have there 24/7, heading in that direction. Airdrops. Look, billions and billions and billions of dollars has already been given away. This is the 80% of the companies, that part of the company, the project that's being given out to the users. Aptos did an airdrop. And by the way, guys, these numbers are off right now. Aptos just shot up, I think, 20-something%. So it would be like $1,440 right now. Blur just shot up 30%, would be over $780, $800. Uniswap, I think, has gone up 20-something% in the last week. It's probably closer to $2,000 right now. At one point, the top of the last bull run, Uniswap was over $12,000 airdrop for going and doing about a half a dozen transactions over the period of time when they launched it. This is just the beginning. The problem is there's a lot of airdrops out there. There's only so much time. You need help finding the right airdrops. And that's what next Web3 is. Those 3 airdrops right now would have netted you, it says 34 over there, but with it going up, over $4,000 in digital assets that through a third party you could turn into fiat and pay your bills, pay your rent, pay whatever it is, right? And to be honest with you, to qualify for all three of those, you're maybe talking about 30 minutes to an hour of your time, maybe about $50 in transaction fees, and the know-how, the knowledge, the ones to do, right? Because not all of them do that well, and some of them are just a waste of time. So metaverse. Okay, so Citibank has a company called Fusion GPS. They do reports. They look into industries, and they looked into the metaverse. Their report came out and said that they believe by 2030, there will be 5 billion unique people using the metaverse. It will generate total addressable market estimate $8 to $13 trillion. Think about that being created in a Web3 environment where 80% of that $8 to $13 trillion is going back out to the users, back out to the community, back out to nexWeb3 participants. So, do you want to earn from the third wave of the internet? Big question right there. Well, the way we do it with nexWeb3 is super simple. All you're going to do is buy an Avagami. It's an NFT. This NFT has unique features that allow you to get access to software, education, investment club, all kinds of different benefits for it. So the benefits: software and education, and our investment club. Collectability, democratized participation. These are all aspects of it. And we're going to talk about democratized participation. It is through what's called a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. Look, this is going to change the entire form of capitalism. It is the best form of it, guys. This is where people who help make the project successful get to monetize that help. That is what DAOs are about. It's what this democratized participation is all about. We have 5 different levels of Avagamis. $50 is the first Avagami, up to $1,400. You can get in on any of those that you want, okay? In the 5 levels, all 5 of them come with blockchain collectible artwork. Just the higher ones are more rare. Software and education. They can all be purchased and used. Software and education. All of them have access to the DAO. The $50 one, you're in the DAO. You're part of this decentralized autonomous organization. Voting, rewards, and participation. We're going to talk a little bit more about that as we go through. So, also, what is available to you when you get involved in nexWeb3 is the Web3 Elite Investment Club, an investor club that is an add-on to the nexWeb3 platform. Participate in highly coveted and privileged projects and tokens. Think about having the inside track to early things. Now, you can never tell what's going to happen with an investment, guys, but I'm going to talk about a few of them. TokenSoft, one of our partners. So where are we going to get these projects from? We have project partners: Otherverse, Muon, Pinion, WebDAO, right? Our own Web3 DAO, TokenSoft. And by the way, in the next month, there'll be 10, 15 other partnerships that we'll have in place to deal flow. So TokenSoft, and I'll use them as an example, in the last bull run in 2 years, launched over 100 token projects. One of their token projects was a project called Avalanche. I believe it's a 20 or 30x return right now in this market. It was higher. Arbitrum, another huge winner. Both of these projects did airdrops to people, and they allowed for people to get involved early, and they have made tremendous returns. We're going to help as a community. We've built the software and are building more software that will allow you to help participate in finding these investments with our partners and vetting them and going through an entire process, and then all of us getting involved and getting in the door first, right? So in the traditional system right now, by the time it gets to a company going public or doing any of that type of stuff, that's the end of the line right there, right? we want to be up towards the front of the line. And with Web3 and this investment club, member-driven investment club, you can get yourself much closer, if not at the front of the line. Meaning what? A better chance for bigger returns. So 3 easy steps to digital wealth. Simply select what Avagami you want, 50, 500, 1,000, whatever that is. You activate it. You go in and you start using the software and all that stuff there, and then you engage with the project. After learning about these incredible wealth opportunities, can you envision sharing this with others who might also be interested? We have decided, because we know people are going to want to share this, because community is commerce, and by adding in adding more people, this is a thing where more people doesn't mean less for the people that are there. This is a model where the more people we bring into the community, the more that is there for each member. And so we have built an affiliate compensation model. This affiliate compensation model is simple. It's 15% on the first level. So let's say you went out and found a friend and said, hey, I want to mint a $500 Avagami. Someone else 1,000, someone else 1,400, someone else 200. You would make $465 extra dollars paid immediately. We're going to have a video in the next one we do it. We show it is instant. Somebody mints the $500 Avagami from you, $75 immediately put into your account. They'll launch they do the $200 one, $30 instantly in your wallet, right? In your digital wallet. Not something you have to transfer from us. It goes directly into a digital wallet that you control. When they mint the $1,000 one, $150. All right, so now there's a second level to our plan, right? Because it's a 2-level affiliate plan. So let's say that 3 of the people that you recommended decided to go share it with other people. They said, hey, I've got this. We'll put you at the front of the line with new token projects that have the opportunity to blow up and become some of the most successful projects in the world, right? And they start minting some Avagamis. Again, they're getting the utility, they're getting the entrance into the DAO, they're getting all these benefits along with it. 10% of anything they mint gets paid instantly via smart contract, via stable coin, which means it's not going to fluctuate in price very much. And at any time, you can, through a third party, you can transfer that out to fiat currency. All right. So we also have 4 leadership bonuses. So if you're somebody who starts to share and lots of other people underneath your 2 levels start to share, you will be able to qualify for the 4 leadership bonuses. It's 10% in the 4 leadership bonuses, 1, 4, 3 of them that are 2% of the total sales volume of all Avagamis gets put in these pools. 2 of them are monthly and 2 of them are quarterly paid out. So that, and again, they're all done through smart contracts, all done instantly. Once they're paid out, they show up in your wallet. Okay. Join nexWeb3 and catch your share of the 3rd wave of the internet wealth. Get back with the nexWeb3 community member that shared this with you to start your journey today. I'm going to stop share here. So guys, we kind of left out a little section there. I've got to get that, figure out what happened to those slides there. I don't know if I passed them by or what happened there. We didn't get a chance to explain to you our crypto trading software. I'm going to see if we made a change to it today, and I think we took out, oh no, we did that. We didn't have the DAO section in there for us to cover the DAO. That is the part that we missed. So I am going to dive in here, and guys, I want to talk about our DAO. I was just looking through the slides. So we explained to you the crypto trading software insights. We explained to you the education side of things. So in our DAO, a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. And essentially what a DAO is that the people who participate in it are the owners, the founders of the project, meaning 100% of the benefit of that project goes to the people that hold it. In our DAO, how do you know if you're in the DAO? It's if you own an Avagami. Doesn't matter $50 or $1,400. The $1,400 has higher voting capabilities and it gets higher rewards. but the $50 one gets rewards, and it gets and it has voting power. The voting power is for all different types of things. Who's, what projects are we doing? What's the direction of it? What rewards get paid out? So there'll be options for rewards. Here's a dollar amount that can be paid out in rewards to the members. These rewards are not cash rewards, guys. They're things like gift cards, could be a t-shirt, could be discounts, movie tickets, right? This is a reward based, kind of like any other rewards program that's out there. But that will be decided by the community members. One of the other advantages of being part of the DAO is the ability to hang out, learn from, become friends with influential people in the Web3 space. And so we'll have all kinds of meetings, and depending on which NFT, which Avigami that you hold, will depend on how many of these meetings you can attend, all the way up to the 1400 one. You can attend unlimited meetings. Could be 8, 10, 12, 15, 20 meetings a month. And it's for the life of the Avigami, meaning it's not for a set period of time. It is for every month after month after month for 20 years now, right? You could be attending 20, 30, 40 meetings a month. And some of these meetings are business meetings. Some of these meetings are just fun, right? Parties where we're just hanging out, talking. Some of them are going to be speakers coming in and talking about projects or about new things, new innovations in Web3. So absolutely incredible. As well as we have a metaverse partnership with it, and that is with Otherverse. I was talking about today, we had a great meeting for Otherverse with a group of people that are very knowledgeable in the space, and they were absolutely blown away by the quality, by the environment, by the technology, by what the future is of Otherverse. And so we're very excited about that, because we believe that the metaverse is the core, it's the center of all of Web3. So it was important to us to find the number one, the one that has the ability to become the biggest out there, and that is Otherverse. They have over 18 years experience in the metaverse space. The founder of Otherverse is actually one of the first people to monetize the entire web. It was in the early 90s when he created banner ads and pop-up ads and started to monetize the web, which now has led to the web here. Also filed patents in Web 2.0, sold them for an absolute fortune to other companies that helped lead to social media. And today he has one of the largest patent portfolios in the metaverse. And some of these patents are absolutely essential to running a large scale metaverse with millions. Remember, Citibank's Fusion GPS said there's going to be 5 billion people in there. The technology that Brian has developed is the technology that's going to drive that and allow for these massive amounts of people to be able to go in the metaverse and spend time. So we are the right people, right place, right time. Web3 is the place you want to be. You want to get your friends, you want to get your family to take a look at this. You want them to be involved in Web3, because if not, look, we're all going to use Web3. Web2 is going to start shrinking. Web3 is going to start blowing up. Eventually, Web3 will be dominant. There'll be some shadow of Web2 left, but Web3 will become the dominant place where all the money is and where everybody's taking place. There will be the early adopters who become wealthy from leading the path to get into Web3. Personally, myself, nexWeb3 is the best pathway to do that, because we'll form the DAO. This DAO will become one of the largest, most influential communities in the Web3 space. And by being that, it will collect the most digital wealth by being able to move that forward. We'll do that through the education, through technology, and through our partnerships. I'm going to open it up for any questions, guys. If anybody has any, they can put them in the Q&A. We'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have. We are excited again to be here and excited about the pathway of Web3. A couple other things that have been in the news right now. The countdown is moving forward for ETFs. They will be approved, Bitcoin ETFs, by the end of this month, and that will bring in the beginning of the next bull run. It's already began to start, but then in April, there'll be what's called the halving, where the amount of Bitcoin you're able to mine on the same amount of energy will be cut in half, making it more expensive to mine Bitcoin. What does that mean? It's more expensive. It will push the value up. And, this will be the next bull run. I just saw a thing on CBS News. They were talking about how many people are crypto millionaires today. Now, we know there's over 30-something thousand Bitcoin wallets that have it, but their estimation is there are 75,000 people that are already Bitcoin millionaires. They claimed in their article that this will more than likely 10, 20, or 30x in the next bull run, meaning go from 75 to 750,000, maybe to 2 or 3 million crypto millionaires. And I say Web3, digital millionaires, because there's NFTs, there's all kinds of different things that make up Web3, including the metaverse. And so there are going to end up being, could be tens of millions of people that become wealthy from this space. And the best way to do it is through community, partnering with, I'm looking on some of the people, Jody that's on here. I mean, a phenomenal individual, Candace, Drew, these are all people, Ken, Sarah, Nadia, Tammy, Lois, Christina, all people that we're putting together in a community of people that are going to benefit off of the efforts of each other. So I can be selfish and say, I want to be rich. And then I can also be generous and help other people get there as well by participating in Web3 and helping drive this movement that's taking place. Jan, Sharona, anything you guys want to add?
I'm always amazed at the things that come out about Otherverse. Like this week, there was an announcement that Otherverse has collaborated with a Legacy Films something. Sorry, I don't have the right words.
Life.
Yeah.
Life.
And it's incredible. And looking at we've seen the picture, well, in the walkthrough that you've shared with us, we see the theater, the gorgeous movie theater. And, there's a perfect example of a real life collaboration where that is going to be so out there. And
Sharona, guess what? It's going to improve. And the gentleman
yeah.
I talked to today has been in the film industry, won all these awards in the film industry. They were blown away by the quality of the film playing in it. And they're like, because again, they know other metaverses, they know other ones. It's grainy, it's choppy. It is not the quality of what's in. They were absolutely, once we took him in the theater, it was a done deal. When the character sat down and you could see that curved screen and that film playing, they could see their films playing in these movie theaters, and they were absolutely just blown away by what they were able to see. So it's incredible when you get people, again, that are connected, that understand, and then they're fully on board and they're looking forward to working with Otherverse. And of course, I don't even want to get into all the rest of it. Like the woman runs the Texas blockchain event, that she's connected to groups of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. And we're going to be working with them. So once we get this moving along, guess what? We'll talk to her about nexWeb3. She's very versed into the network marketing industry. So we'll have that conversation down the road about her being able to take this to her context, because I know she's going to love it. She created a project called Heroes. So it's about people that are heroes, and they've interviewed hundreds of successful people around the planet. They have all this footage available, and that's what they want to build, is a metaverse where you can go hear stories from successful people that have gone out and made a difference and changed other people's lives. So they are all about a rising tide raises all ships. So I know that they'll want to be involved with us on a much deeper level once we're able to explain nexWeb3 and move that forward. So guys, the contacts that we have, I just, I guess you could sit around and wait and see what we do. I don't know if you really want to, but we need to grow the community. And as we grow this community, we will have more deal flow. Somebody asked me today about, well, how many investments will I get in being in this club over the course of a year? I don't know. How many does the community want to accept and move forward? Because it's all community driven. But the amount of investments that we'll have for the community to select from, I believe will be in the hundreds, if not over 1,000 projects a year for us to sift through, find the best ones. And I'm hoping that we can do probably one a week, one every 2 weeks, that we can get through the process and then have people get involved in these at the earliest stage possible. Some of these will be projects that the DAO has developed, put together. And so we're on the bulk side of the 20%. And then, of course, the 80%, because it's our community. We're going to be the ones awarding the airdrops and doing that type of stuff through our DAO. So it's just an incredible opportunity for us to help build wealth for others.
Amen, brother.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Hopefully, you're excited.
I heard Sharona's voice. Did you say something, Sharona?
I was waiting for Peter to ask, hey, guys, when's our next call?
Yes.
Hey, Peter,
When
do you want to have me show the little fun video showing our commissions?
Oh, yeah, you could definitely show the commission video. Matter of fact, tomorrow morning, buddy, we need to get that added to the presentation and ASAP. So Jan got on with his mom and said, hey, can you purchase an Avigami? And she did. And we recorded the wallet that had the commissions going to it. So Jan will play that right now. It's so quick, guys. This is how fast you get paid in nexWeb3. Go ahead, Yanni. Oh, you gotta show this.
Golden power, never.
Did I not share my sound?
Yes.
Not at first, but you are now.
Okay, we'll go back.
Yes. It was so quick that by the time the sound started playing, it was already over.
Exactly.
Golden power, never. Ever after work is over. Work it, make it.
So, guys, there's no manipulation in that video. That is
Makes us
absolutely how fast.
harder, better, faster, stronger.
There. But that is how fast it is to get paid. So I want you to think about your friends, family out there that might be struggling to pay bills, get by, and they're like, I need money now. Simply go out and spread the word. Have somebody mint an Avigami. You're paid that quickly. And then, of course, moving it over, if you already have a third-party solution set up, I can have money from my crypto wallet to my banking account in less than 30 minutes. And it doesn't matter if it's a Saturday or a Sunday. It'll be in my account and readily available that quick through some of the third-party vendors. So this is the solution that people are looking for. They are going to participate in Web3. Web3 is going to dominate their life. The real question here is not, are they going to or not going to Web3? The real question is, are they going to make money off it? Is it going to change their financial future, or are they just going to be a customer? I think they want to be in that group that is benefiting financially from it. Because we're not talking pennies, right? We're not talking about saving 10 cents on your gas or 20 cents on a gallon of gas. We're talking about life changing digital assets that, you know, could retire some people, could pay off their debts. Incredible stuff that can take place. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you tomorrow
at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely, guys. And we'll go through the presentation again and again and again. Now, in about a week, we'll have an actual, we're having a voiceover done for a presentation. And this is the way it will work, guys. We will not do live presentations like this anymore. We'll have a recorded presentation. About 12 to 14 minutes is the time frame that it will be done in, because we'll be able to, you know, hit the important points and make it happen in about that time frame. What will happen is you will invite somebody to just simply watch the video. Once they've watched the video, either they're going to say, I'm ready to sign up, let me mint my Avigami, and they'll do that. Or if they need more information, you will invite them to a call, but the call will not be a presentation. It will be, we'll talk about the concept a little bit in depth. We'll answer questions and we'll move them to the next level. The goal of that will get them to at the end of it to be ready to mint their Avigami and be ready to join our community and move things forward. So that's about a week to maybe 2 weeks away. We'll have that in place and that'll be ready to go. So thanks, guys. Look forward to it.
See you there.
Thank you.